right, these 5 exercises will not only make you feel better and get rid of that nagging pain, but it's going to make you look better and feel better.
And the best thing about it is it should take you under 5 minutes, and Brad was just bragging how he did it in 1 minute.
Right, really. They really don't take long, 60 seconds once you get good at it, and do them at home, at work, or even in the grocery store.
So we have 5 exercises we're going to go through. What areas are we hitting, Brad?
Well, first of all, we're going to hit neck posture and less pain there.
Then we're going to hit shoulder posture, causing less pain there.
Shoulder movement with less pain.
Neck and low back pain.
Foot and ankle flexibility and better balance.
So we're going to go through all 5 of them, but for the first 3, we're actually going to take a trip down memory lane so we can see an old video with Bob and Brad in it.
That's right. There's a good reason why I picked this video, is because Bob did an outstanding job of demonstrating. Of course, I helped a little bit. Anyways, we're going to get ready to go. We just don't hit the button and do a trip to memory lane. We actually do it vintage style, the old Doctor Who.
I just stay here.
Well, yeah, you're staying here. The Doctor Who uses the TARDIS. See, that's it.
Almost the same thing.
Oh, let me get the.
Has anyone ever called you a box head?
Yeah, well, this is it. I'm ready to go now.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go in the TARDIS. And, the door's got to open. There we go. Whoa, here we go.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
All right, so let's start off with the first one, Brad. This is a very common one that everybody's having trouble with. I just saw some research this morning that showed that they're studying the necks of and doing X-rays of the necks of young people,
teenagers,
and young adults, and they're finding out they have deterioration in their neck that's equivalent to someone that's like 20 years older, and that's been doing a job like this. And
it's from the head forward
posture. Yeah,
stresses the neck and the joints, the discs in the neck terribly.
Yeah, it could be with them on a laptop or an iPad, or with them on their phone coming forward like this,
or just sitting like this.
Yep. So for every inch that your head is forward, there's 10 more pounds of stress on the neck.
Right.
So he's quite a few inches over here forward. So there's 40, 50 pounds more stress on the neck. So throughout the day, you're going to want to be doing chin tucks. So show Brad, you're not going. I'll go this way here. Okay. You're not going up like this, or you're not going down like this. You're backing your neck up. You're backing the ears up, basically.
Like someone's throwing a pie at you. Oh,
yep.
Get that chin into the throat, head straight up
undesirable. And down. Someone very undesirable is trying to kiss you.
Right. Ooh.
How many times have we seen that, Brad?
Oh yeah, it happens
in our life.
It happens.
So. What you can do is do a bunch of these, and what's nice about these, you can do them everywhere. You can do them in your car, you can do them at the computer, you can do them at your workstation. And if you wanted to add a little bit too, you can actually give a little extra stretch and use your fingers, or you can take this part of your hand and just go in there and push like this.
I think that's a hypothenar imminence.
Very good.
Anyways, this is one I do while I'm driving.
Yeah,
because I can check myself out, so I'm not getting my head too close to the steering wheel, and I'll do that chin tuck. And you get some weird looks when you stop at the stoplights, and people are wondering why is these. But anyways,
but they don't know who you are.
Exactly, it's all fun.
Right about that time they do. All right, next one, Brad. Again, because of the head forward posture, and we see this quite often in people when we've seen patients. Generally, they're lacking mobility in this direction.
Right.
And because they're always working this direction, the head's always down, there's plenty of motion this way. Mm-hmm. So when we test people, we go, okay, show me, chin to chest. So you can do that. Then we have them go back. And a lot of times, how far do they go back, Brad?
Yeah. It'll kind of hurt back in there, or may hurt over in the shoulder blade. And then they don't go back that way. And a lot of people do not look up. It's not like,
yeah, they don't work on this direction, and because of that, they start losing that direction, and lack of motion almost always is equivalent with pain.
Right.
I mean, if you start losing motion, you start gaining pain.
Right.
So if you want to show Brad just the way that we often start people, because a lot of times this hurts to go back.
Exactly.
And if it does,
I take a towel roll. There's a couple ways. Bob's going to show you his way, and I actually do each other's ways, but we claim these kind of. Down like this, keep it low on the neck, not up here so much, but if you got a nice squishy towel and you're having a hard time going back, that'll make it much more comfortable, and then you can use it to help pull up.
tell about the patient you just had, Brad.
As a matter of fact, yeah, she's, I think, 58 years old. She's having neck pain. She just drove up from Arizona up to here. That's about a 20-hour drive at least. And she had pain for weeks after this. And this was kind of fun as a therapist because she's seen a chiropractor and she wasn't having success. And I said, she went like this and she went, oh, it hurts right back there. And so I had her get the towel out. And it went, oh, that feels a little bit better. I said, I want you to do 10 of these every 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, you can do a lot of these. I think people don't realize how often you can do these. It's not a, if you're having pain, it's not a, let's do it once a day, 10 times.
Right.
You can do it, like you said, every hour, every 2 hours.
As long as it feels better
Right.
when you do it and you get back farther. 2 days later, she came back, pain was gone.
Yeah, that's when it's fun being a therapist. I mean,
Yeah, it
we
really
call that
is.
the miracle. We hope to see a miracle a day in our
Right,
clinics.
exactly. You want
Yeah.
to show them the way
Sure.
you like to do it?
The other thing is you can take the selvage.
Selfage? I don't know. The
I
edge
think
of
it's
the towel.
selvage with the
Selvage,
V.
yeah.
And that's the end like this. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to take that and you're going to put it right below the ears here. And you're pulling on it so that X is kind of a counter force.
Right. So it's right in through here is where there's some.
This should be a little longer too, but what's nice about this is you can work on different levels of the spine. then.
Right,
So now I'm a
exactly.
little bit lower. I keep it up by my eyes, and I keep the towel moving along with my eyes. So I'm
So this level here
Yeah.
goes up. And
got
this
little
is
bunny ears.
this is best to be done in a chair with a backrest.
Right.
You wouldn't do it like Bob
No,
is.
exactly. I'd want to be in a chair doing this. And again, you can work on different levels, and it works out really well. Again, if you're not having pain, all you have to do is just go ahead and do a couple of these every day to maintain that extension. So
Right.
you're
Again, with the towels, when you're working it, the pain should improve with every repetition, every time you do it. If it's starting to get worse, you're not ready for it, or there's something else that may be the problem.
The other thing I can guarantee you, most of you people have a tight chest because again, all of our activities throughout the day tend to bring you in this rounded position here, and you can tell by standing up, Brad, if you face the camera, and if his thumbs are pointed toward each other, that means the shoulder is internally rotated and tight, and so he needs to stand up straight to the point where the thumbs are pointing straight forward. And that means he's in good posture. So you're going to want to stretch the chest muscle. You can do it in a doorway. If the doorway is right here, I put my hands on both sides of the doorway and I lean in like this.
Right.
But a lot of times you don't have a doorway, or you might be at your desk. So I just grab like this.
Right.
And when I do this stretch every day, Brad, it's right before my run. I'm walking out to,
Sure.
and I'm just walking as I'm getting ready to do my run.
Yep.
And I just do a bunch of these to go ahead and chest the stretch the chest.
Expand it out here. I take a towel and I go like this because it's hard for me to grab my hands because I have tight shoulders or something
Yeah.
like that. But that helps me a lot.
So that works out really well using a
Right.
towel instead.
Oh, hey, Boxhead, you're back.
Oh, I made it back. Boy, this time travel is really going good with this new TARDIS. But I do want to say there's 2 options that both Bob and I showed that will make it a little easier for some people. Mike is going to demonstrate the W stretch in the door.
So this is kind of a continuation of the last stretch Bob was showing. It's just a different variation. So if you can't see me on the frame, I'm making a W with my body like this, and I'm going up to a door frame, and then I lean into it, and you're going to feel a big stretch in your shoulders and your pec muscles. Now, if you have some limited shoulder mobility for whatever reason, you can put your hands down here and then go forward. It's just a little bit different stretch, but kind of hits similar muscle groups.
There you go. Now, also the part where we grab behind the back, you can do this while you walk or anywhere. Some people like myself, I have a hard time reaching all the way back, so simply use a stick or a cane or something of that nature so you don't have, so make it more comfortable, and do it like this. This is a nice way to do it. You can also use a towel like this, and that works well.
Does it have to be clean or dirty?
Well, we prefer cleanliness. We are hygiene addicts here. Okay.
addicts. Anyway, the next stretch, number 4, is actually working on your low back. Now we're going to show 2 variations because some people going into extension feels better and others flexion may feel better depending upon your issues. So the first one is just standing up. You can place your hands at your hips and pelvis, and you're just going to go back into extension like this. Your motion may be limited, so just do what feels comfortable for you. And you can just stand like this. You can even do it at a countertop if you want, or I have a railing here, and just perform it that way if you feel like you're going to tip over when you lean backwards.
You know, I have had many people in the clinic, they do this and it's like, oh, that feels pretty good. And particularly before you sit for a long time, like a long drive, or after you get out of the car, we need to stretch the opposite direction. But if you take a towel, the old towel really comes in handy for a lot of stretches. Use that for support. And sometimes that, Mike, you're walking right in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there we go.
Too.
And then you can adjust the towel, or you can use a stick like Mike is doing, and that offers support in the low back, and you can focus on which vertebra wants to stretch. But remember, it needs to feel good. If doing this backward stretching does not feel comfortable, especially if you're over 50 or 60, it's a good possibility you have some stenosis in your low back, and one which is not a big deal, especially if it's mild, but stenosis doesn't tolerate extension well. It might feel better to go forward, so that's what I'm going to suggest. If this feels better while you do it and afterwards, don't do the backward stretch. Bend forward, standing or in a chair, not a rolling one, but any chair, and just stretch like this. I personally have stenosis. This always feels better for me. I do go backwards, but not as much.
Our last stretch, we're going to focus on the calves and ankles because they often become tight on most people. Men and women, but I would say men are typically more tight than women with these. So we're going to show you 3 variations. They all do the same thing. You just pick which one works better for you.
So let's clarify. Oh, look at these nice socks. These are some nice St. Croix socks, and they got the letters in there, so you can.
This is an eye reading exam.
Yeah, eye exam. So anyways, the calf muscles right here. When those are tight, what happens is your toes are unable to extend. We call that dorsiflex. So on the floor, if you can do this and get a large gap in there, that's a good thing. But if you can have a hard time getting your toes off the floor, or one goes up and the other doesn't go very far, the tight one on this side should be stretched. Either way, whether they're loose or not, it's a good maintenance if they're loose, and if you need to be stretched, these are things you can do very easily using just exactly how Mike's doing it.
So you can do this against a wall, countertop railings, and you're just going to put one foot back. So I'm stretching my left calf here. Notice my foot is straight behind me. It's not turned. And then you're just going to lean forward with good posture. You should feel a stretch in your calf muscles. You can hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Try to relax and breathe. After that, make sure to perform and switch to the other side. Now you have 2 calf muscles on each leg. One stretches more with a straight knee. The other stretches more with a bent knee. So you can hit the soleus by doing it with a bent knee. And I have pretty tight ankles from some old injuries, but I feel this a lot more than I feel this one. So I would probably focus more on this for me personally.
Yeah. So another thing, if you really want to get into this, if you want to get an incline board, I promote these just because it's my personal favorite. You can buy them. I made this one. We have a video on how to make one. You can search that. But the reason they're so nice is because they're comfortable on your feet. I have to have a pair of shoes on. There has to be some grippy texture on there. But you just use body weight and something to balance, a hand on the wall, whatever. But just relax and stretch, and it just is so much more comfortable. And if you have this at home, put it by the door before you go out walking, and just spend 5 to 10 seconds on each leg every day, a couple days or a couple times a day. Takes very little time and very effective.
Another option you can do is stand on the edge of a step. Make sure you have some shoes on for this because you can slip in your socks, or maybe too aggressive if you are in socks or barefoot. So just walk to the edge of the step, keep the balls of your feet on there, then just drop your heels down. Hold on to the railing for support. Again, you can do time of 30 seconds. Do it 2 to 3 times. If you don't feel much of a stretch or one side's tighter than the other, you can always kind of weight shift to that one side, and I'm feeling a lot more on my right, and just switch it if you'd rather feel it more on the left.
All right, and that covers 5 stretches, different options. Seriously, I've gone through these and got through them all in doing approximately 10 seconds per exercise, less than 60 seconds. You can certainly spend more time on it, but do it daily and maybe 2 to 3 times per day. Very quick, very simple, and enjoy the benefits.
Now, if you want to check out more videos, we have one on the 5 best core strengthening exercises you should do every day as well. So these are some stretches, and those are some strengthening exercises.
There you go. That's good for the back as well. So very good. Enjoy the day and do your stretches daily.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.